Watch glitches. So I want to talk about the impermanent imbalance hedge strategy that I've been using principally as a means of harvesting volatility using the RLUSD XRP pool. This is something I promised Crypto Insight UK that I will make a video to try to explain this, but bear with me guys, it's complicated and I'm not a content creator. I'm basically a practitioner, but I will try to explain what this is. So, I mean, this was a scenario that Crypto Insight UK described where it's July, XRP is $9, what do you do? And essentially a lot of people in this thread were saying like how much of their XRP they will sell. There's some other strategies as well that were discussed. But I wouldn't necessarily be selling much XRP at all because I'm expecting that once we enter the top of the bull market, let's say we go into a bear market, my intent is to actually end up with more XRP at the end of the bear market than I started with at the top of the bull market. And you could do this using what's known as impermanent loss on other networks and other chains using AMM pools. But I prefer to call it impermanent imbalance because it's not really a loss. It depends which asset you wish to hold, if it ends up being a loss or not. But my intent, to be clear, is to hold more XRP at the end of the bear market than I had at the beginning of the bull market. So let me try and explain. I'm using X Magnetic here. I'm looking at the assets in the RLUSD XRP pool. And as you can see, the proportion of these assets changes over time, and the proportion determines the exchange rate of the AMM. Now, obviously, external factors from the outside world, arbitrages, and the DEX play an important role in determining this price. But the price that's presented is always, from the pool, is always simply the proportion of these two assets, and they change. So the first thing that you need to understand is that you should take a position in the pool. And by taking a position, let's say a 1% share, that's quite considerable at the moment, but makes calculations easier. You take a 1% share in the pool on the 9th of July or at $9 per XRP. And now the exchange rate of XRP versus RLUSD begins to tank over the course of the next, I don't know, 8 months or whatever. What will happen in the pool is that the amount of XRP in the pool will increase while RLUSD decreases. Right now, what we're seeing is the opposite. This purple line here, it shows you that the amount of RLUSD in the pool is increasing versus the amount of XRP. Remember, you have 1% share of this pool, and then when you withdraw, it's 50-50. Whatever is in the pool at that time, you're going to get 50% of it in XRP, 50% of it in RLUSD. So what does that look like? I've got a spreadsheet that might hopefully make things a little bit clearer. So I've configured the spreadsheet to capture the values of the pool as they were like a couple of minutes ago. We've got a certain amount of XRP, a certain amount of RLUSD, like the exchange rate of RLUSD XRP is 0.42. Another way to represent that is $2.34 per XRP. Now, when I swap or take a position into the pool, I'm not going to swap out, but let's say I've put in 1%, my pool share is 1% of this pool at this price. And now other parties are beginning to add XRP into the pool and take RLUSD out of it. Because why? Well, they're cashing out, essentially. And the XRP price is now depreciating as we're entering a bear market. What happens to the proportion of the assets? Well, I've got a couple of, I'll show you an example here. If there's hardly any XRP being swapped in the pool, but if we're starting at 746,000, let's say, XRP, and then we swap in I don't know how many, this is 10,000 XRP, the value is in drops. We're going to get 23,000 RLUSD output from that. But what's happening here is that you can see the price. The important thing to take away, and there are some simplifications in this model, is that the price or the exchange rate of XRP is now going down. And the more it goes down, let's take, I don't know, let's do another, well, let's go to this nightmare scenario where we're now at the end of the bear market and the essentially, let's add another zero to this, I think. We're now at the point where one XRP is worth $1. So if one XRP is worth $1 now, we're at the bottom of the bear market. All else being equal, what's happened is that you can see is the amount of XRP in the pool has substantially increased. In fact, it's increased by the amount here. This is B1%. You can see it's increased by a huge amount, about 400,000. I make that 500,000, something like that. 400,000. Okay, and we have 1%, as I said earlier. So the actual now, if we withdraw double-sided from the pool, and then we take the RLUSD and immediately swap all of that for XRP, we're going to end up with 3,990 more XRP than we started with. Now, this value, you can play around with it. How low do you think XRP is going to go at the bottom of the bear market? I mean, we could drop it down to 53 cents. Do you think it will go that far? If it does, and we entered the pool with 1% at the current price, let's say 2.34, you're walking away with 7,900 more XRP than you started with. And remember that's the intent, is to have more XRP when XRP is depreciating against RLUSD. Now, we've simplified this because we're assuming that the total value kind of lock remains the same, but it will change. It doesn't matter. Your proportion of the pool remains constant, assuming you don't change it from the moment that you entered the pool. So if I put in what happened quite recently, let's say we went from something like $3 to $1.80. So it was actually a bigger drop than it was from now. But I entered that pool with a significant amount of XRP, and I think this strategy kind of demands a significant amount of XRP or a significant pool share. They're kind of very closely correlated. But as you can see, as the price goes down, as the exchange rate of XRP depreciates against RLUSD, you're maintaining the overall value that you entered into the pool, plus you're actually accruing fees. And that could be quite significant. But at some point, you can choose to double side back out of the pool and immediately swap your RLUSD or on the DEX for XRP. You will end up with more. And yeah, I think that's a crude way of showing you how you can use impermanent imbalance to increase the amount of XRP you hold when XRP is depreciating against RLUSD. The inverse of this is also true. Like if the price of XRP appreciates against RLUSD, you're going to end up with less. And maybe if I just show this by dropping in negative numbers, it will demonstrate that as well. Yeah, so you're as XRP appreciates, it just goes the other way. It goes against you. You have more RLUSD than you're going to get XRP, essentially. I'll keep it quite short. Hopefully that helps. I know it's not the most simple way of describing this. There are other videos on my channel that you can look at where I show you how to use Xmagnetic and also compare it to other interfaces as well. What I would suggest is we use MEF as well, or I use MEF, or MEF Labs uses MEF. And I want to show you while I'm here we use this strategy essentially to add XRP into the MEF pool. So as we saw the recent volatility in the price of XRP, like we saw those big dips, we were in the RLUSD MEF Labs. When I say we, MEF Labs was in the RLUSD XRP pool. We saw those dips in price and we withdrew XRP and we added it to the portion of that XRP that we withdrew, we added it to the MEF pool. And I want to show you what the impact of that was to the pool, to the MEF pool, because this is definitely worth looking at. Now, this chart is very, up until this point here, this very critical date, it's every chart of every meme coin on the XRPL. But what happened here is that we've started to increase, this is total value, let's look at the price. What happened is post the advent of the RLUSD XRP pool and the implementation of the Impermanent Imbalance Hedge, we started adding XRP into the MEF pool, removing MEF from that pool, and you can see what's happening to the price right now. Now, because there's only 1,500 MEF in existence, the initial kind of XRP that we were using to buy that MEF and take it out of the pool had a very significant impact. And because of the volatility, so this hedging strategy was in place. We accrued an awful lot of XRP, and much of that XRP went back into the MEF XRP pool, removing MEF from the pool and increasing its exchange rate against XRP. Now, the really interesting thing about this, and David Schwartz also mentioned it, is that in the background, XRP now is going up in value against RLUSD. So your MEF has gone up in against XRP, and XRP has also gone up against RLUSD. Essentially, MEF is turned into, like any other meme coin, a leverage trade on XRP. It's a form of leverage, if you like. Now, I would say the difference between MEF and Cult and Obey follow similar principles as well, and also have this impermanent imbalance hedging strategy implemented by their participants. The difference between that and all the other meme coins on the XRPL is clear on the price chart. You can see what's happened. I can show you Cult as well, I guess. Let's have a look at that. And let's look at the AMM price on the year. Cult is a very interesting one on the year. MF has been around longer, but you can also see like the price has been steadily increasing for Cult over that period of time. It's kind of leveling out here. It's been more stable, and that's because there's probably higher supply of Cult. But it's very, if I go back to the MEF chart, it's very clear on the MEF chart because there's just less MEF, and that's what we call the impermanent imbalance hedge. Now, the other part of the response to Crypto Insight UK is once you have all of this XRP, more than you started with at the beginning of the bull market, what do you do with it? Because now you're in a position where for the next few years, you're back in the wilderness. And this is for me where FXRP comes into play. So that's an F asset which hopefully will be available this year at some point on Flare networks. And that will give you the opportunity to actually earn yield. Let's have a look on your XRP. You'll be earning XRP on the XRP that you mint into F assets. So this is right now the Songbird network, which is a canary net of Flare networks. There's already FXRP here, and there's already F Doge. And essentially what you do is you take all of that XRP that you've got at the bottom of the beginning of the bear market, and a big proportion of that goes into minting FXRP, and you will be then earning rewards, and it'll show you I'm already earning some rewards here. The rewards are paid out in the F asset itself, so you'll be accruing even more XRP, which sets you up quite nicely in the next bear market for the next bull market. But that's the overall strategy. I'll keep it quite short. I'm sorry if that's technical and it wasn't well explained. Just hit me up on X. I will try and answer your questions, or join us on Spaces as well. There'll be Meth Coltano based spaces that are well worth. We share a lot of knowledge here. I also suggest follow Kashta, follow Paul, follow Phenol as well, and you'll know when those spaces are being held. Okay, happy Friday everyone, and see you later, glitches.